Now the most important part is going to be your headline. Now what you want to do in your headline is give the main benefit or the biggest benefit of your product in the headline to make them want to read further. You have one chance to get their attention. Your headline's it. If your headline does the trick, then your copy will continue on trying to sell them. But first get your headline right. Okay, so for instance, I have lose weight the easy way with the all pasta diet. It's not the greatest headline, but lose weight and easy are definitely what people are after here. Okay, now to get this formatted properly, let's just cut this and then let's do an insert HTML. And then we'll put our header tags in here like this. Then we'll paste in our headline. And we'll do /h1 like this. Okay, and then this will make our headline show up. Okay, now it is formatted like we have the headline formatted. And if we were to look at this now, if we go to Tools and CSS Editor, in this template I've supplied you, the H1 tag has this font, and it has this font size of 24 pixels, font weight of bolder, capitalize, center for alignment, and RGB 15300, which is this color up here. So that's why it's showing up like that. So now we can just continue with our text here if we want. And you can't even really call this a diet. Because you aren't dieting or whatever you want to put here. Okay, so something like that. Then what we would do is we would put in a sub headline here. So what we could do here is go into insert again, and then we could do HTML and put our headline 2 here. So we go H2, and then we put our headline here or a subheadline and /H2. Okay, then we could put our headline right in there. Okay, so something like that. Then we click insert. Okay, so there is our headline and our subheadline. And down here, you see it move this all down for us, so we would put in the date. And you can even omit that if you don't want to bother with a date. And then you can put in here from the desk of, put your name here. Or you can get rid of that too if you don't want that. And then dear fellow dieter, whatever you want to put here. Actually, these should be capitalized because you're using a proper name. Okay, so dear fellow dieter. Now what you want to do here is tell a story. So tell your story if you're actually did this, went on the diet, or put a story here about somebody that has. If you have a testimonial, put it in here. If you don't, you can delete this table. So just right click inside the table and do table delete and click table and it'll go away. You can always copy it back in from the other template, from your main template. So okay, so you write your story, then you put in what you're going to learn in this video. So bullet points. So where it says bullet points here, remember we brought in that, we made that graphic, or we brought it in from the stock photo site that was a bullet. So we should add that also into our website template directory. So it should go inside here, inside images and JPEG. So if we go back here, we had a bullet and an arrow. So we'll copy this arrow and this bullet. So just highlight them and copy them. And then we'll go into images and paste, go into JPEG, paste them in here. Okay. Now what we can do is we'll just click on image. And we will select the bullet. while you have this open, under Appearance, put in the center. Select in the center under Appearance, and that'll allow you to put your text right beside it. So we put our bullet points in here, and you might want to increase your font size a little bit. All you have to do, these are the up and down fonts. So that looks to be about the right size. Get that the size you want. You can also change the color here if you want. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want here. Okay, and then hit the Enter key, and then again with the image, bring in the bullet again. Go to Appearance, click Center, in the center, click OK. Continue. Okay, second bullet point. Then do it again. You put the other one here and keep going. Now, if you don't want to use the images as your bullet points, you can use the built-in function up here. We have up here either a numbered list or a bulleted list. So if you click on numbered list, it does that, and then it'll number each one as you go. Or a bulleted list puts just a plain dark bullet beside it. So bullet 1. Hit the Enter key, does another one. And then if you hit the Enter key twice, it exits the bullet. Okay, so set up your bullet points. This is very important. Take some time and think about your bullet points. And then you could put some more text down here if you want, just to close your sales text. And then just your call to action down here and your payment button. Okay, plus your name. Change your name there. Now, payment button, we haven't talked about that. I included a payment button that you can put there, or you can make your own with Paint.net. Let me just show you a quick one using Paint.net. Let's open it up here. Let's just do a new. Then what we will do is we'll select the shape we want our payment button in, so we can select any of these shapes. So let's select this shape, for instance. We'll go into the middle here, and we'll pick our color, of course, whatever color you want. If we wanted to match it to the background of our site, we can just leave that as it is. Hold down your mouse key, and you can create a shape here, like so. And then what we would do is click the bucket fill tool, put it inside there, and fill it. And then we would add a layer, and this is where we would put our text. So we would click on the little font thing here, and then we would pick our text color, put your wording in here, whatever you want to say. Okay, and then you can, of course, make it bold. Whatever you want to do here. Change the font. And then you just save it just like we did before. Just do a save as, or a save, or whatever you want to do. You save. Then you can just save it as button.jpg, and away you go. You have a payment button that you made all by yourself. And you can do that in any shape. You could, for instance, you could use an oval shape here. Let's turn this back. Like so. Then you could fill it. Looks like we had more than one there. Let's try it down here. Okay, and then fill it. Then go with your font again. Pick your font color. And then you have a plain button like that. So that's how you can make your own quick buttons using Paint.net as well. Now while I'm in here, you might have noticed that I changed the cover a little bit. And all I did was I brought in on the front cover before I created the angles on the book, I just brought in another image just to make it a little more fancy, and I cut the size of it, the width of it a little bit. There's a lot more you can do with Paint.net to make it a little fancier, bring in more images, put in a little box with some more text in it. I was just doing a very simple one here, but you can do quite a good one with Paint.net. Alright, so let's go back to here. Here we would insert our payment button. And normally what you would do is just insert your payment code and point it back at the button using PayPal or whatever you're going to use here. So just make sure your button is in the images directory, and then when you create your actual payment button, just use that image for your actual payment button. When you put the code in, it'll show up there. Of course, you need to put your price here, and then your sales page will be complete and all ready to go. Now let me just go back to testimonial placement before I conclude the video series here. Sometimes I put testimonials right under the headline, and that can be effective too, especially if you have only one. You can put it right at the top here, so it's the first thing they see after your headlines, and then you can space them out throughout your story text as you go. So you can do some story text, put the actual testimonial in there, one of them, do some more text, put another testimonial in, do some more, come into your bullets, and then your closing here, and you're all set. Okay, so that's everything you need to know about making your own sales page.